All right, guys, special training here. Liz here from Learn Robotics. Wanted to talk to you a little bit about my methodology, TDP. This is a process we've been using for almost a decade now here at Learn Robotics, and this is why we get our learners the best results really fast, because we have this 12-week process. And I don't care if you're an engineer, I don't care if you're a beginner, this is what TDP does for you. So TDP is train, do, present. And I've been using this methodology since before Learn Robotics has even existed, when I was training students at MIT, when I was working myself and studying things in engineering school. This is my process, all right? And so what I want to do is show you what TDP is, and I'm going to show you the difference between what you're probably doing now in your training versus what we do in my programs in our 12-week applied robotics training, okay? So TDP, I want you to think of it like a pyramid. So we've got a pyramid here, and we've got TDP. So train, do, present. Okay, let me just erase this up here. All right, so let's talk about what makes this process work so well, okay? So what we do is, when you're in train mode, you're gonna start in train mode. And when you're training, if you think about like training muscles, or if you think about getting better at a sport, or you think about getting better at playing an instrument, we use the same concept, okay? So this is where you get skills, theory, concepts, basically new ideas are presented to you. And in many classes, many programs, many master's degrees, many PhDs, this is where you're going to be doing kind of like your traditional lectures. That's what they do like currently, is you'll be sitting and you'll be watching somebody present a lecture. And typically what ends up happening in traditional methods is you get stuck here. So you get stuck here in the train mode, where you're just constantly doing skill development, theory, concepts, lectures. This is why when people come to me, they say that they know 17 different programming languages, they've done 2,500 different projects, they've watched all these tutorials, they've been like binging YouTube, modern day, binging YouTube. That fits under train mode. Because if you're just sitting and watching YouTube, you can go through, and YouTube is designed to keep you on YouTube. So if you just sit here and you get stuck in train mode, what ends up happening is you feel like you've been learning all these skills, but you feel like also you don't have anything to show for it, right? Because all you've been doing is consuming content. So modern day version of lectures could be consuming content. And you're just stuck with skills. And skills inherently are not very valuable unless you do something with them, right? So like, you could be the smartest person ever, but if all you do is you just sit here and keep learning stuff and you never take what you learn and do anything with it, then it's not going to be very valuable. So the second piece to what we do in my model, so once you do train mode, you need to get as quickly as possible into the do mode. And the do mode is what we do in our program is labs. And this is kind of how we do it. And I want you to think of this kind of as cyclical, like in a forever loop of this process. This is like an ongoing thing where we really want to be kind of circling through this process and going through each of these modes. So what we do is we pick up a skill, we introduce a new concept, and then once we have that skill right away, we want to just jump right into the do mode, and we work on a lab. And these labs, they have ties to industry experience. One of the projects we do is an ag tech or agriculture tech. Another one we do space. We do another one in manufacturing. And these are all real problems that I've seen and worked on. Some of the talks that I've been to, companies I've worked at, challenges, things that you can actually take the skill, the raw skill, and then find something to solve a problem for. So that way you're practicing what you're doing. And the reason why this works so well is because this is where you're going to get experience. And many engineers, even after going through a 4-year degree, they come to me and they say, I don't know what I'm doing. And it's like, well, wait a minute. What did you do for the last 4 years? You were in engineering school. Oh, well, we just focused on theory and equations, and we did problem sets and whatever. And that is because traditional education, they're stuck in this train mode. They're there to show you how to do the math equations, how to work things on paper, how to do like conceptual thinking. They're not there to show you what it's like to work in an actual environment, on a team, at a company, solving real problems, because that's a totally different set of skills. Like that's a skill within itself, is having experience. So that's why we try to get you into do mode as fast as possible. So you're learning a concept or a skill, and you're learning the application of it in do mode. So all of my learners going through our 12-week applied training, we introduce the concept, and then you get an application through these lab activities. And then what we do is once you've done the lab, you now have to go in and present. So you're going to be demonstrating and presenting your technical solution to this particular problem. And we do this in 2 ways. We do this in written way. We do this in code. So you actually submit your code for a code review. And then the third thing is you have to do a video demo. And we do this for 2 reasons. One, thinking about the answer is different than speaking the answer. So you need to get comfortable actually talking about the solution. So verbalizing and vocalizing and providing that insight and having confidence to do so is half the battle, right? Because if you have the answer, but you're not able to explain it to your boss, your colleagues, somebody that reports to you, anybody that you need to communicate the idea to, then you're gonna have a really hard time advancing your career, purely because you're just shy or you're not confident in your communication skills or your presentation skills. And so what we do is we give you a lot of practice. You're gonna, like I said, you're gonna be looping through TDP the whole time you're in the program for 12 weeks. And I guarantee you, once you get really good at learning the concept, applying the concept, presenting the concept, by the 10th, 12th, 15th time of doing your video demo, you're going to see a significant improvement in how you communicate with people. And the reason why we do this, there's 2 reasons. One, you're going to need to be able to ace interviews if you want to change your job. 2, you're going to want to be able to show this on teams. And there are a couple of teams, and we've been testing this over the years, right? So a lot of folks, they work in tech, they work remotely, they're communicating over Zoom. What is Zoom? Zoom is a video platform, right? So if you're having to talk to a camera like what I'm doing right now, you need practice at it, right? You need to be able to feel confident speaking out your ideas to a camera. And so when we go through TDP, when you're in the present mode, you're practicing as if you were demoing your solution to a hiring manager, to your boss, to your colleague, to your team on Zoom. And so you're going to get a lot of reps in so that anytime you're called to do a presentation, you're going to feel more confident and you're not going to be as nervous, and you're also going to know what you're doing because you've done it, right? So you're going to have a whole bunch of projects that you're going to be adding to your portfolio and being able to call from your repertoire, and you're going to have the confidence to speak to it. So this is our process. Once you learn, the first skill, so let's just make it skill number 1, then you're going to go back through and then we connect the dots. So now you're going to go back through the loop with skill number 2, and you're going to do a project for that, and you're going to apply it, and then you're going to do your presentation, and then you're going to come back through here and you're going to do it again, skill number 3. And then you're just going to keep making this loop here, because all three of these pieces are important. So if you're a professional and you agree with the fact that a lot of the training right now is just literally just training, you get stuck in train mode, all you do is you're looking at skills and it's just binging a bunch of content that you have no clue how you're going to use it or why you're using it, no understanding of how it's going to be applied, then I would encourage you to check out my 12-week applied robotics training. There is a link somewhere around this video and you can check out this program. This is what we do. We've optimized this program. It is the 80-20 of what you need. So we've basically optimized for the best 20% of what you need for the foundations in robotics: software, hardware, systems, problem solving, plus career. So presentation, portfolio building, how do you come into a meeting confident and comfortable to present on it and articulate your ideas in a way that kind of encourages the group to get behind what you're trying to relay to them. So we've consolidated this into a nice 80-20 process. Takes about 12 weeks to finish. And when you're done, I guarantee you, you're gonna leave with a lot more confidence and the ability to get promotions, seek out new job opportunities, share your ideas, and get rewarded for, bringing your ideas to the group and having good presentations. So if that is you, I would invite you to go ahead and check out that 12-week program. We're digging deep. We've got a lot of new members that have just hopped on. So if that is you, go ahead and check it out. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one.